police. You don't think of laws. You don't think of rights. None of that. You just do whatever they say their way. All right? That way you will live. You can live to make it home to me. You understand?
Welcome back to Whole View. Subscribe if you haven't so far. I did a trailer reaction for American Skin that got me a lot of views, as well as a lot of negative reactions. So here, instead of being long and drawn out and giving a big spoiler review and talking about the movie in detail after watching it, I don't want to do that. I want to encourage people, if you can find a way to watch it on demand, go out, support the film, watch it, create a dialogue with other people in your area, encourage others to watch it. It was very good. But for my review here, I want to be very brief, I want to be clear, and I want to be concise, because I feel like a lot of what I said in my trailer reaction was like misconstrued. So let's clear some things up and get into it. So on my trailer reaction, I said my first thought was, just reading the premise, maybe America don't need this right now. We're at a very divisive time. I was told that that overshadowed everything else I said. One of the other things that I said, and I made it a point to probably repeat it a few times in the trailer reaction, was that I hope this movie comes out. I hope it gets the eyes on it that it deserves. I think Nate Parker deserves another chance. I know I said that several times in the trailer review, but I guess my first thought overshadowed everything else. That's fine. Let's move forward. After watching the actual full film of American Skin, I must say this movie is a 9 out of 10, and it absolutely deserves way more attention than it's ever gonna get. Nate Parker did an excellent job writing and directing this movie. This thing has performances that are so realistic, so, I want to say organic, just seemingly so natural for the actors to be captured the way that they were captured. I can't even imagine them doing multiple takes of some of these scenes. It just seems like every shot that was selected to say, hey, this is the one we're going to go with for this take, was the perfect one. I don't even want to critique this too much. I'm just going to point out my top 3 or 4 things that make me say that people need to see this. Starting with number 1, the majority of the middle of the film, in which you have the open dialogue between police, other people, and Nate Parker himself. That scene that kind of goes long throughout the middle of the film is probably the most valuable piece of film that needs to be brought to the black community and the police community, and as well as like those Blue Lives Matter crowd. Like, people need to see those scenes to gain nuance, to gain perspective, and to gain understanding. Super valuable stuff that will not get enough attention. I cannot stress enough, that part of the movie, that chunk in the middle, definitely needs more eyes on it. That scene with the police and a group of other people and Nate Parker definitely needs to be seen. So again, without giving spoilers away, there's that chunk in the middle, and then there's a conversation that happens separate from that. That separate conversation needs to be heard by the world. It gives perspective from black, white people who have a dog in the fight, as far as a victim of police brutality, and then people who have no dog in the fight, no skin in the game, but just innocent bystanders and think they want to support the right group. You hear that perspective, that conversation. The first part with the big scene, Nate Parker, police, and others. Second scene, the group of others just having another conversation. Super important for people to see. And the ending. I am not a super big fan of the ending, but at the same time I am. And here's what I mean when I say that. As you watch the film, things happen and you want a certain type of ending, but you have to be reminded that no matter what messages that this movie is giving you, is very realistic, and they give you a super incredibly infuriatingly realistic ending. It made my blood boil to see it unfold the way it unfolded, not because of what happens, but because the way things get portrayed is exactly the way things happen in real life. I've seen it, you've seen it unfold that way several times. Burns me up, but it is what it is. Again, it's very difficult to talk about a movie without talking about the movie. I'm not doing a spoiler review. I just want people to see it, and I want people to have their own dialogue. I hope that if you had a negative opinion of me based on that trailer reaction that I did, I hope that you I redeemed myself with you. If not, so sad. Thank you for the views regardless. Subscribe if you've been watching thus far. Come back and hopefully, we can click on some other type of film media. It was very surprising. There are things that aren't given away in the trailer, and it's a very cool concept of a film. Again, I encourage people to watch. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart. Come on back and see us